friends, how's everyone doing? Thanks so much for stopping by for today's video. I know it has been a while since I have uploaded. The summer kind of started out in a really stressful time, and then it just kind of was like, hold my beer, because I'm gonna give you a bunch more. Rest assured, I have been reading. Of course, reading is my stress relief. That's what I do every single night before I go to bed, but I just couldn't find the time or like the centering that I need when I film much this summer at all. As I sit here, I have a very heavy heart. I've tried to start this video. This is my 5th time, and I just start crying. So like my makeup is probably all messed up. You guys don't care. I'm just gonna go with it. But it's with a very heavy heart that I share with you that my little partner in crime, my sweet Macy, passed away 2 weeks ago today. She crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and I am devastated. If you guys have been around and for any length of time on my channel, you know that she's always right at my feet, literally under the tripod, right next to me. She's always like snoring or making noise. Sometimes I cut those noises out, sometimes I don't, because it's a very sweet habit of hers. I feel like a piece of me is missing. I miss her so much. She was my soulmate here on this earth in a fur baby body. Every time I talk about her, this is what happens, but I knew I had to tell you guys. So many of you are in my Facebook group, so you already know that. But for those of you that aren't, I finished The Do-Over right before she passed. And I knew every day I had to sit down and film. I gotta film the video. I've gotta film the video. I just couldn't do it. And now, literally release day is tomorrow. I have to film the video. So, if anyone is gonna put a smile on my face, it's gonna be TL Swan and her beautiful words. So let's get to talking about my favorite author with her latest release, The Do-Over by TL Swan. While you're here, please do consider subscribing and give the video a thumbs up. When you do that, it not only helps my channel, but it will help this video get shown to more people here on YouTube. Okay, you guys, really, I'm gonna try and pull myself together. I'm sorry. If you guys have ever lost a soulmate in a fur baby, you know how it is. So I apologize. I'm gonna get my head together. My voice is gonna get stronger. I'm gonna be able to do this. Let's talk about Christopher and Hayden. Okay, so here's the thing. I was a little worried about Christopher. I had some preconceived notions of my own, feeling like after I read The Takeover, and then the Casanova, with each book we get to know the brothers a little bit more. So knowing that we got a lot of Christopher, in the Casanova, I thought I kind of knew who he was. As you guys know, Tristan is like my homeboy, like, hi, like, you know, like Tristan. But I really liked so many things about Elliot Jameson. There was things I really like about him too. So I was like, I think I kind of know who Christopher is gonna be. Well, no, I didn't. He surprised me in so many ways. Now, there is something that I want to be like really respectful of, and that was that T asked people not to give spoilers in their reviews. I want to make sure that really especially that I honor her wishes of not giving spoilers. Now, I know I walk that line, and I really try to walk it so carefully because I don't want to give away too much of the book. But I also want to entice you and share my favorite parts. So that being said, I hope I'm doing the book justice and also respecting her wishes and also giving what I normally give. I wanted to know who Christopher was going to be like. Now that we have the fourth Miles brother, was he going to be more like Jameson, who I feel is a little bit more rough and alpha? Or was he going to be like Tristan, who had a really nurturing caretaker side to him and a take no crap attitude very differently than Jameson? I mean, Tristan he just is, I'm a puddle of mush around him. And then Elliot was like, kind of like Tristan in that he was a deep thinker and he was really like conscious of his thoughts and everything. But he did things that like surprised me. And I want to say not like in the best way sometimes. So don't get me wrong, I adored him. I adore them all. They're all different, but they're brothers. So I wanted to know who Christopher was going to be like. Christopher was like himself. Duh. But yet his personalities and his mannerisms very much felt like he was organically a Miles brother. And I felt like because of the way T wrote him, he was the perfect completion to the four brothers' lives, story, family, whatever. As always, I loved Hayden. There's just something about her women, the way T writes her women. They are girls. They know who they are. I really enjoyed Hayden. T's female characters always have that friend, and Hayden didn't have one. I wanted to go and take her out for margaritas when she was in freaking wherever she was traveling. There was something I really loved about her small town vibe. Hayden had recently gone through a pretty traumatic breakup in a way, and she was sticking close to home. She was safe. She was good in her life where she was. She had a really interesting job. She was a vet of sorts. She, if you read the book, you know, and I don't want to spoil it. You just have to like, when you find out what her job is, you'll giggle too. Oh my gosh, is my mascara all over? I'm really sorry if like I look a mess, you guys. Anywho, I really liked Hayden. Christopher, the book starts and you're like, oh, Christopher, seriously? I mean, we kind of knew this about him, but I'm like, oh my God, really? I mean, it just starts out with a bang, literally, and I'm like, oh God. Please let there be more to Christopher Miles than this opening few pages, you know? Hayden is very small town kind of country girl. Christopher is big city, lots of money, billionaire, big city, big life. The world is his oyster. He could go and do anything he wants. Whereas Hayden is like kind of small town, country, like it's her mom and her dad. She lives on her mom and dad's property. Like she's got her job and she's like good. She's been hurt. So she kind of like, you know, like closed the shutters and like is just keeping in her safe little bubble. Okay, very different people. I loved how the book started in, now that we know all the brothers, they all kind of came and joined Christopher's book in a way that I really loved. And if you're a Miles High Club fan, you will love as well. I liked that. I was a little worried that the book was going to feel like the last book in the series. And there are definitely things in it that made me feel like it was the conclusion. which makes me so sad. I can't believe I'm even saying that. You never want a series by your favorite author to end. At least I don't. I'm one of those people, I want it to go on and on and on and on and on. So I was a little worried that Christopher's book was going to feel like, you know, the other end of the like book end. And in some ways it did, but those were really good ways. And it was how she brought Elliot, Tristan, and Jameson into Christopher's story that made me feel like we've done all the work, and Christopher's book was like the fruits of our labor, if that makes any sense. The way she brought the brothers in and how they are immersed in Christopher's story and his life felt very organic, and I was ready for all of that. I wanted all of that. I wanted to see them all in this book. It's interesting because one of the beginning scenes in the book is them all having a conversation, and they all kind of gang up on Christopher. It becomes the catalyst to how he spends the next year of his life. They kind of razzed him, and this is what they say. You're 31 years old and never had a girlfriend. Not one, Tristan says. You take nice girls on token dates to try and kid yourself into believing that they stand a chance, and that's besides the fact that you only F women in pairs so that there's no chance you can fall for one of them, Jameson replies, flatly. My mouth falls open in horror. This is how you see me? This is how you are, Jameson replies. I have goals I haven't achieved yet, I stammer, embarrassed. Sleeping alone, Elliot suggests. They throw their heads back and laugh out loud, thinking this is the funniest thing they've ever heard. Betrayal washes over me. This is how they see me? F you. They do not mince words, and surprisingly, Christopher takes it to heart and realizes his life is so freaking easy. Like I said, world is his oyster. But who's Christopher? Who is Christopher Miles? Everything that he knows about himself, the Miles media marketing guy, their brother, the billionaire, the only sleeps with whoever he wants, doesn't really date, never really had a relationship. Where's his substance? Where's the meat to his life? Where's the meaning to his life? He realizes there isn't much. I liked that about him. So he decides to change that. I liked that T didn't waste time in introducing Hayden and having them meet. They are both very different people, but at the same point in their lives. They meet while trying to spend time with themselves, learning about themselves, getting out of their comfort zone, pushing their own boundaries, finding out what they're made of and what is out there in the world for them. Hayden was hiding in her life. She wrapped herself in cotton wool after her breakup, and there's where she is. Christopher, there's nothing hard about Christopher's life. He's comfortable. Hayden has a lot of substance to herself, but she limits herself because she's been hurt. Hayden wants quiet and comfortable. Christopher, there's not much to him. He doesn't have to work real hard for anything. Of course, they have amazing chemistry. I mean, T just writes chemistry and banter like no other, in my opinion. Christopher is funny. Hayden is sassy. They get each other. There is sexual tension between them right out of the gate. But it's interesting. And it surprised me. They get kind of close. And Hayden's like, nope, not doing this. We can be friends. They are great friends. And this is what she says. He stares at me for a beat, and his arm snakes around me again, and he pulls me closer. Come here, he growls. Shit. No, I pull out of his arms. I have to go. Why? Because you have to keep shooting those fish in barrels, I shrug. And I have to swim upstream. Okay. First of all, the come here gets me every single time. It's my favorite. But you hear what she's saying here? She knows, she sees the writing on the wall, and she's like, nope, you have to keep shooting fish in barrels. Like, you have to go find yourself out there. You have to go find what you're looking for. And I have to keep swimming upstream. She knows what he would do to her if she allowed him to do it. There was a really special moment where Christopher is talking. I mean, it doesn't like come down like real poetic and stuff, but there's a really cute moment where Christopher's talking to his brothers and he's like, how did you know? And hearing them all talk about Emily, Claire, and Catherine, I was laughing, I was tearing up, I was swooning. It was amazing. There's also a time where there's a family dinner and it's all the brothers and the wives and their mom and dad, and Hayden is there, and she is like, oh my God. But you know, as a TL Swan fan, that's exactly the kind of stuff I eat up. Those kind of scenes where it's like you feel yourself in, like you're sitting at the dinner table with them in that scene. The way she writes it and how her stories play in my head, it was like I was sitting there eating dinner amongst all of them, and they were my family or my friends. I know that sounds crazy, but I hope you know what I mean. I think you guys do. Don't get me wrong, she puts them through it. One time where I got like that. No, okay, there was other times where my stomach dropped. Okay, I will admit that. But there was only one time where I thought, uh-oh. He sees old friends. And I was like, oh, please don't. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. The last two books that we've gotten from T, there have been moments in both of those books where I was really pissed at the main male character. One of them being Giuliano, the other one being Elliot. They both did something that I had trouble coming back from. I will admit that. So I was hoping Christopher wasn't going to do it. This is from Hayden's perspective. There's magic swirling between us when we speak now, deeper than sex, more special than love, an understanding that even we don't understand. Oh. Swoony passages like that just suck me in, and that's why I love T's writing. Because at that point in the book, when Hayden is saying that, with everything that we've read so far, my heart had been broken. She put it back together. They had gone through so much. They had both surprised me. I was mad at Christopher at one point. I was admonishing Hayden at one point. It just, all the feelings that you feel when you read a TL Swan book. And I thought that passage was so freaking perfect. We do get a happily ever after at the end of this book. And did you guys notice? There is going to be an extended epilogue. It is called Miles Ever After. It will be out in February. T put a pre-order up for it, so make sure that you go and pre-order it. Oh my gosh. So technically, this isn't the last of them. We get one more book. Oh, what an amazing journey it has been with these Miles brothers. Thank you so much for your patience at the beginning of the video. I knew I could make it through it. My sweet baby is here with me, as she will always be, right in my heart. For now, I'm just going to have to rope Ruin to coming and sitting with me. Oh, she really misses Macy too. They were like two peas in a pod. Let me know if you have read the Do-Over, the Casanova, the Takeover, or the Stopover. I always love to hear. Or in the comments below, let me know what you're currently reading. You know I always love recommendations. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.